So I'm gonna tell you a story today about the Square Body right here. I bought this truck a few years back. My dad was still alive. We went to go check it out. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and it was in Amarillo, Texas. So Dad and I went over there. He'd always go with me when I bought cars because he knew a lot more about cars than I did, so he'd check it over with me. And I got this 1984 Square Body right here in Amarillo, Texas. It has a built 350. It came with a turbo 350 transmission. And when we tried it out, it ran good. Like, it was solid. It was solid. It ran real good. I liked the way it ran. The body needed some work, some rust spots. It has some holes here and there. But I thought it was going to be a good one. So I went ahead and bought it. Brought it home. What I was going to do with it, my plans were to make sure everything was good, you know, running, everything was good, and sell it. One of my buddies, Beeman, that's his name, from here from Sudan, he drove it one time. He came to check it out. I said, I like the truck. He said, can I drive it? Let's go drive it. As soon as he felt it had some muscle, it ran good, it sounded good, he liked it. He said, man, I'll buy it from you. I went ahead and sold it to him. He had plans for it to fix it up and get it where he wanted it. He wanted it a blue color. It was already blue and silver, but he wanted it solid blue. And he's a Dallas Cowboys fan, so he wanted blue and he was gonna deck it out. He drove it around a little while. He needed to get a paint job on it. So we asked around here, and paint jobs are pretty expensive in this area if you want a good paint job. Now, any paint job, yeah, you could get one probably kind of cheap, but I don't know what you're gonna get out of it. So he has family in Odessa, Texas, and his family said they knew a guy that paints, does body work, and he does a good job. And he's one of their church members. So he's a church member where they go. And my buddy said, hey, they said they saw some work and he does a good job. So I told him, go for it. I mean, you can't, when they gave him the price, you can't get any better than that. And he said he'd get it done in 3 months. So I told him, if your family is telling you he does a great job, then you can't get any cheaper than that. So he loaded it up and took it down there. This is when the trouble started. So this guy said it'd be 3 months. He gave him, I think, $2,500 to start so he could get paint, materials, and get started. So he did that, got started. And at first he was sending them messages or pictures here and there, letting them know what's going on, kind of. And so that was good. He was keeping up with him. But then after a while, he kind of stopped responding. And my buddy wasn't messaging him all the time. He didn't want to bother him. Just every about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, he'd ask, how's it going? And he stopped completely just responding at one point. So I told him, you need to go check on your truck. He does have family over there. He goes down there to visit periodically. So I told him, go get it checked out. So when he would go down there, he'd message him that he was gonna go over there, that he wanted to get it checked out. And sometimes he would respond, sometimes he wouldn't respond at all. And I told him, you need to go look at your truck, make sure everything's okay. Well, those few months turned into a year, and then more than a year. So we kind of started to get worried about it. I don't know if it was about a year and a half or so, maybe a little bit more or less. But then another guy reached out to my buddy and told him that this guy was having some family issues, some family stuff. And we understand that, totally understand that. My buddy understands that. We told him, well, you know, life does happen. So he said he was going through some stuff. I'm not sure if it was a divorce, and then his son, something was going on with his son. But that's the story we got anyways, right? And this guy said, I'm a friend of his. He told me to take over and get it done for you, painted. So that was the plan. And well, while it was in that shop, that guy was kind of staying in touch a little bit, and then he stopped staying in touch as well. So I told him, you need to go get your truck checked. You need to go look at it and make sure it's there, because you don't know, I don't know. Can't trust a lot of people these days, and that's sad. That's sad. So when he finally got a hold of someone, I think that new guy's either girlfriend or wife reached out to my buddy and told him that guy got thrown in jail. So I told him, uh-oh, so then now we don't know what's going on. Well, the other guy got it back and he reached out to my buddy. And this is where things started getting a little bit hairy. So then when this guy got the truck back, he told my buddy, hey, while the truck was at the shop with the other guy, some things were stolen. This is where we don't know if that's true or if it happened while it was under his possession. Either way, he said the starter's gone, so doesn't have a starter. Brand new battery. My buddy had just bought a brand new $200+ battery, gone. And his stereo, I had installed a stereo deck, amplifier, speakers. He had a sub. Well, they said your stereo's gone, the amplifier's gone, the sub is gone. They just left some wires just hanging there, but a lot of that stuff is gone as well. So I told him, all right, it's time to go get your truck because we don't know what else is missing. And my buddy, he said, man, I need him to put it back together because if he puts it back together, then we can bring it home and go from there. I said, just go get it. I'll help you put it back together. And well, he said, I'm going to give him till a certain date. So okay, he gave him a few more months. Then he gave him a few more months. We're talking about now, we're already in the 2+ years. It's been 2+ years already. And then he said, I'm going to give him a few more months so he can just at least put it together. We'll go pick it up. Well, he was going to go down there. And every time he'd go down there, he would send him a message. And he stopped responding again. He stopped responding. So I told him, you just need to go over there and get your truck. And I've been a little pushy about that the last few months because it had already been too long and no response. And then things were stolen. So I said, okay, it's starting to not sound good. So we need to go get your truck. I'll help you with it. Well, he was going to do that. He didn't want to be, mean or anything about it, which I agree. We're not that kind of people. He's not that kind of people. But I told him, just go get it. And hey, if you lost your money, you lost money. Because when he got the $2,500, a few months in, he said, hey, I need another $1,000. So he asked for another $1,000 for a helper he was going to get. So my buddy had sent him another $1,000 so he can help get his helper, because it did have some rust spots. It had some holes. They had to do some metal work, fixing. So he understands it's a lot of work. He told him it'd be done in 3 months. And I told him, man, 3 months is fast to do that kind of body work and paint it and put it back together and have it to you. I told him that's going to be awesome. That's quick. That's great. But of course, them 3 months turned into almost 3 years. And he gave him another $1,000. So he was out of pocket $3,500. At this point, I just told him, go get your truck and just take your losses. I think you lost $3,500. Get your truck. We'll put it back together. If we can find a painter here, we'll get a painter. Like my buddy Leo, he could have painted it for us. Or we can shoot it ourselves. We're not painters, but we can try. I've painted before my own car. It wasn't perfect, but hey, it came out okay. So I told him, we'll figure something out. Just get your truck back and enjoy it, because it's 3 years gone. So a couple weeks ago, he was going to go visit his family. And he had already told him he was going to pick up his truck. He's been messaging this guy, no response. That's where it's just fishy and weird that people don't respond to you. At least tell you, hey, I haven't done anything to it. I got some problems. Something, communicate something. But he was gonna go. He was messaging this guy, no answer. So when he showed up, he finally that weekend got a hold of him. And that's because they ran across somebody else. This phone number, I guess he switched phone numbers. See, this is where I don't understand. Phone number wasn't the same. So they ran across someone that knows him at a restaurant, and he gave them his new number. That's how they got a hold of him. And then in this phone call, he says, hey, about your truck. He said, I wanted to let you know that the shop I was working in caught on fire. And your truck was in it. Your truck is in it. So my buddy at that point was like, great. How come he didn't let him know that, you know, when it happened? Who knows when it happened? He said it was last week at that point, but who knows if you can believe this guy. Even though he's a church guy, goes to church, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. You got to be careful where you take your vehicle to. He went to go check his truck. Yep, it's burnt. The bezel is melted. The primer that was on here, it's cracked. It's all bubbly. I don't know how burnt it is, but engine was good when he took it. It's pretty smoked up. We'll have to try to get it running, get it started, get a battery, clean that carburetor. Looks pretty black, but we can maybe clean it up a little bit, see if it starts. If it starts and runs, we had changed out the transmission. I had put a 700 R4 in there, and so he could have overdrive. He enjoyed that. That overdrive, it ran so much smoother on the highway, less noise, less RPMs. And we're gonna test it. If it starts, he's either thinking order some parts and kind of rebuild it. That's gonna take a lot of money. I'm not sure if he knows it's gonna take a lot of money. Other option, he said I might sell it for parts, or we might just scuff it up, see the body work. One of my buddies, Leo, said sandblast it, check out the body, and then kind of go from there. Maybe we can shoot it here in the shop, paint it, and get it kind of going. But it's gonna take some work and money. So I don't know what he's gonna do with it. I don't know if he's gonna try to fix it up or just sell it for parts or sell it for someone else for a project. We'll see what he decides. I just wanted to share this with you because this truck, I like the stance, everything. It's just a nice truck. And I'm just sad that it got caught in the fire. And this truck shouldn't have been in that shop for almost 3 years to begin with. But be careful where you take your cars, who works on your cars. It's hard. Be real careful. And I wanted to share this story with you guys to bring a little bit of awareness. A lot of us just take it to whoever because, oh, they work on the car, they do this. And these guys, they're full of it. They just all mouth and they don't do anything. And this is what you get out of it. Burnt truck or some stolen truck or stolen parts. I don't know what else is missing. We have to check in here and look, make sure if it starts, we need to take a look and see what else needs to be replaced. I don't know if any wires are melted down. We haven't gone that far to check. We just unloaded it here in my house and gonna take a look. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the support. There's almost 3 years lost with this truck, but if he decides to fix it, all he needs to do is order some parts and start taking off, putting on, painting, getting it back on the road. Or if he decides to sell it, he can get rid of it and get another one. But I hope that we can get this one saved. I don't like to junk old cars. There's less and less of them. So I hope this one gets saved. Either somebody else, him, whoever, whatever. But we'll keep everybody updated. Also, when he went to pick it up last weekend, he wasn't told us before, but the doors were stolen is what they said. Now they found one in the shop. It's in the back of the bed. And the other one, they couldn't find it. So I'm not sure if somebody just needed one of those doors and they took it, or they sold it, or who knows at this point. But we have one in the bed. He's gonna have to get another one so we can kind of seal it up or put it in the shop. I also want, before we finish this video, I want to introduce my camera people today. My camera crew, I have my daughter Catherine, say hello. And I have my nephew Darian. Hi. And I have my baby, Rosendo. Say hi. Well, he don't want to say hi, but these guys helped me out today. So I appreciate them. They helped me with the video. And thank you to everybody for supporting Cutlass Vibes. Thank you to my camera crew. Love these kids. And we'll let you know what he decides to do on this truck. Thank you.